Hey, everyone. So it looks like Patrick Mahomes might be leaving the Chiefs. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, right? But after the disappointing season, it seems like it really hit him hard. I mean, the look on his face when the season ended was impossible to ignore. If Mahomes decides to walk away, it's going to send shockwaves through the entire NFL and leave Chiefs Kingdom in complete disbelief. Could this really be the end of an era in Kansas City? Fans are holding their breath, hoping that Mahomes stays and leads them to another Super Bowl run. But right now, the future feels more uncertain than ever. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Now let's talk about the Chiefs offseason overview. The big challenge they're facing is managing that tight salary cap space. They've got around $18.12 million to work with, which doesn't give them many options in the market. But if there's one thing we know about Brett Veach, it's that the man is a genius when it comes to finding creative solutions to keep this team competitive without putting the franchise's financial future at risk. To free up some more space, a smart move could be restructuring Mahomes' contract by converting part of his base salary. This could free up anywhere from $20 million to $30 million. And don't forget about a potential extension for guard Joe Thuney, which could also help reduce his cap hit and create room for some much needed reinforcements. Another thing to consider is making some strategic cuts. Players like Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who hasn't exactly lived up to expectations, could be released to save the Chiefs around $12 million. If they pull all these moves together, they could go from being in a tight situation to having plenty of room to work within free agency, which is exactly what they need. When it comes to the offensive line, that's a huge priority this offseason. The Chiefs need to find a solid left tackle to protect Mahomes after Joe Thuney was traded to the Bears. A potential option could be former Ravens tackle Ronnie Stanley. He's dealt with some injuries, but he had a solid 2024 season, playing in all 17 games and only allowing 2 sacks. He could bring some much needed experience and stability to the most important position on the line. Of course, if free agency doesn't pan out, the Chiefs might have to look to the draft. One name that stands out is Georgia's Amarius Mims, but relying on a rookie for such a crucial role might be a bit risky for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. The good news is the Chiefs already made an important move by applying the franchise tag to guard Trey Smith. That ensures he stays with the team for at least another year, which is a huge win for the interior of the offensive line. Smith is one of the best young guards in the NFL and has been a key part of the Chiefs' success over the last few years. If the Chiefs can lock him down with a long-term extension, that would solidify the offensive line for years to come without messing too much with the cap. Ideally, a 4-year, $65 million deal would keep Smith around and still leave room for other signings. On the defensive side of things, there's one player who truly embodies the spirit of the Chiefs' defense, and that's Nick Bolton. At just 24 years old, he's only going to get better. He's already made huge contributions in the Chiefs' 2 recent Super Bowl victories and is a leader on the field. Last season, he recorded 106 tackles, 6 pass breakups, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble. His versatility and ability to step up in all situations make him an essential piece of this defense. Losing Bolton would be a massive mistake, so extending him should be a top priority. A 4-year, $49 million deal seems fair for a player of his caliber. Another key player the Chiefs need to focus on is safety Justin Reid. Since coming to Kansas City to replace Tyrann Mathieu, Reid has been outstanding. He's shown great leadership and versatility, and he's been a key player in the secondary. In 2024, Reid posted 87 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 9 pass breakups, and his ability to mentor the younger players has been invaluable. His contract is up, and keeping him won't come cheap. His projected deal is in the range of 3 years, $46 million. If the Chiefs can't make that work, there are some more affordable options like Xavier McKinney from the Giants or Jordan Whitehead from the Jets, but losing Reid would be tough for the defense. Now, one area that absolutely needs reinforcements is the wide receiver group. Last season, the Chiefs really struggled with drops, a lack of explosiveness, and inconsistent production. Finding reliable targets for Mahomes is crucial if they want to keep their offensive dominance going. One potential target is Cooper Kupp, who had a historic 2021 season, but has been dealing with injuries and a drop in production. Playing with Mahomes could help him bounce back to his best form. Another intriguing option is Tyler Lockett. He's a consistent performer, and he's got ties to Kansas City. He played college football here, and his dad played for the Chiefs. Either of these guys could be a great complement to Rashee Rice, who's emerged as the Roan. But if free agency doesn't work out, the draft could be the way to go. Players like Adonai Mitchell from Texas or Ladd McConkey from Georgia might be available at the end of the first round. One thing is clear the Chiefs need to address this wide receiver problem urgently. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Looking ahead to the 2025 season, the Chiefs need to start thinking about life after Travis Kelce. He's still one of the best tight ends in the league. But at 35 years old, the Chiefs have to start preparing for the future. The free agent market doesn't offer many young, high-profile tight ends, but names like Noah Fant from the Seahawks or Hunter Henry from the Patriots could be solid options. And in the draft, a guy like Brock Bowers from Georgia would be ideal, but he'll likely go early, meaning the Chiefs might have to make an aggressive move if they want him. Now, when we talk about building a championship team, it's not just about the stars. Depth is just as important. Teams can't survive injuries or tough stretches without solid rotational players. The Chiefs need to reinforce their roster with players who can make an immediate impact. Willie Gay Jr. at linebacker and Mike Dana at defensive end have been key contributors in recent years, and they're both guys the Chiefs could keep around at an affordable cost. On offense, it'd be smart to find a complimentary running back for Isaiah Pacheco. With Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of the picture, players like Austin E. Keeler from the Chargers or Tony Pollard from the Cowboys could add valuable experience and skill in the passing game. But then there's the kicker situation. Harrison Butker has been crucial in clutch moments for the Chiefs, but his inconsistency during the regular season has raised some concerns. While he was nearly perfect in the playoffs, those struggles during the regular season are tough to ignore. There aren't many elite kickers available, and bringing in a rookie might be too risky. So I think the Chiefs will stick with Butker for now, maybe bring in a competitor during the preseason just to create some pressure. A reliable kicker can be the difference between winning and losing a Super Bowl, and Butker's reliability will definitely be tested again in 2025. When it comes to maintaining that championship mentality, the Chiefs need to hold on to what made them a dynasty. With Mahomes leading the way, Andy Reid on the sidelines, and a strong core of players, the Chiefs still have a lot left to accomplish. The key to staying on top will be keeping that chemistry in the locker room and making smart financial decisions so they can stay competitive. With the right mix of young talent and experienced veterans, the Chiefs can continue to dominate the NFL. Now, can Brett Veach execute the perfect free agency plan? Time will tell, but one thing's for sure. The Chiefs are going to come into the 2025 season stronger than ever. And speaking of making the team stronger, I think DeAndre Hopkins could be the X factor they need. Hopkins is still one of the most talented wide receivers in the league, and his route running hands and ability to make contested catches would give Patrick Mahomes a true go-to target in critical moments. Adding him to the receiving room alongside guys like Rashee Rice could really elevate the passing attack, giving Mahomes a dangerous 1-2 punch. If the Chiefs can snag Hopkins at a reasonable price, he could be the difference maker that puts them over the top for another championship. On the defensive side, the Chiefs made a smart move by signing Patrick Peterson to bolster the secondary. Peterson, who spent the last couple of years with the Steelers, brings a ton of experience and leadership. He's not the shutdown corner he used to be, but last season he still had 3 interceptions and 12 pass breakups. He's got plenty left in the tank. With the Chiefs losing L'Jarius Sneed to free agency, Peterson provides a reliable stopgap. While he might not be a long-term solution, he'll help the Chiefs compete for another Super Bowl, and his leadership will be invaluable for the younger defensive backs like Trent McDuffie and Joshua Williams. Peterson's experience could really accelerate their development. Looking ahead to the draft, the Chiefs hold the 28th overall pick, and there's a lot of speculation about who they might target. Some think they'll go after a quarterback to replace Sneed, while others believe they could draft a running back to complement Pacheco. One name I'm keeping an eye on is Trey Sanders, the explosive running back from Alabama. He's got excellent vision, quickness, and could really add a new dimension to the Chiefs' offense. Pairing him with Pacheco would give the Chiefs more depth and flexibility in the backfield, which would help reduce Pacheco's workload over a long season. I'll be back tomorrow with more updates. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.